possessive adjectives. Right, so I will be sharing my screen right now for us to look at the verbs again. We'll finish with the verbs. Just a second. All right, so we are with the future tense now. So with the present tense, we had to remove something from the infinitive form of the verb before we add the endings, right? But when we come to the future tense, I say it is easier than the present tense because you realize that the future endings are the same, and we add them to the infinitive form of the verb, right? So we are saying that the future tense is used where the implication is that the action of the verbs has not been performed. This tense is formed by adding the future endings. So if you look at the endings, the first one, which is A and I, IE, will be added to the infinitive form of the verb. So if it's an ER verb and it's in the infinitive form and want to conjugate it in the future tense, you will maintain the verb in the infinitive form, then you add this ending. When it comes to the AS, the two, the same thing, you add AS. If it is LL, you add A. If it is NU, we add what? O and S. Who you add EZ, then the LL, the third person plural, you add ONT. Right, so we want to look at some examples here. We are saying that for ER verbs, for instance, if you look at it carefully, we have a verb here, parler, and it is an ER verb. So it's in the infinitive form at the moment. So when you want to conjugate the future tense, all you have to do is to add the future endings. So if I say I will speak, you realize that in conjugating that I maintain the infinitive, then I add the AI. So je parlerai, that becomes the future. Tu parleras, you will speak. Il, elle, on parlera. That is he, she, or one will speak. Then we have nous parlerons, we will speak. Vous parlerez, you will speak. And then we have ils, elles parleront, they will speak. You see, so you realize that we maintain the infinitive form of the verb, then we added the endings to it. If you come to the IR verb, finir, which is to finish, if you look at it carefully, you realize that the same thing happened. We maintained the infinitive form of the verb, then we added the endings. So we have je finirai, tu finiras, elle, on finira, nous finirons, vous finirez, elles finiront. Right? Now, so you can apply this to all the other regular ER verbs and regular IR verbs. Now, when we get to the RE verbs, if you observe, you can see that there's a small change before we add the endings. Who can tell me what happens before we add the endings for the RE verbs? So if you know, you can raise your hand and tell us the what you see. What do you see with the RE verb, the vendre? What happens before we add the endings? Okay, Frederica. Frederica.
Please, I'll try. We maintain only the stem and we take out the last two letters.
So what is the stem? To you, what is the stem? What makes the stem in this case?
The VEND. Vend.
Look at it very well. Um, for the present tense, we were saying that you have to remove the RE. You see, so the stem would have been VEND. But
Yes.
here we don't. We have something more. If you look at it carefully, you see that it is only one letter that is removed. What is that letter before we add the endings?
Yeah, so we only took the E out.
Yeah.
So we maintained the VE and DR. Then we took
Yes.
the E out.
Yeah, très bien. So that is it. That's Rebecca. Yeah. So thank you, Rebecca. So Frederica, you see, that is what I wanted you to say. You see that we remove the E at the end of the verb, the infinitive form, then we add the endings. So here, you see that it's not the stem per se, but the E, the last E has to go, right? Before we add the endings for the regular RE verbs. That is why we have je vendrai, tu vendras, on vendra. Nous vendrons, vous vendrez, elles vendront. Right. So for the regular RE verbs, you should take note that the he will go before you add the endings. Right. Any questions for the future tense? The other verbs, the regular ER verbs, regular IR verbs, and regular RE verbs that I gave you, you can try your hands on them for the future tense. Is there any question? Est-ce qu'il y a une question pour moi? C'est compris? Do you understand what we are doing?
Oui.
Okay. Très bien. So we would, that is it for the future tense. So now, if you are supposed to conjugate a verb in the present tense in the future, you should be able to do it. And I think last week I walked you through some of the irregular verbs too. You see that I said the irregular verbs, their conjugation does not follow any pattern. Right? So you have to know them as they are. So you can see that I have some irregular verbs here for you, like être in the present and the future, avoir, same thing, aller in present and the future, boire, connaître, courir, croire, devoir, dire, écrire. Then these other verbs too are there. I've not conjugated them, but I expect that you should try and get their fair present tense in the future. Right, and it will help. It's important to know the conjugation, but I won't ask you in the exam to conjugate a verb. Yeah, I don't know whether I illustrated that to you last weekend. Normally, what will happen is that you have it in a sentence form. Let's say there's a sentence, there's a blank, then there's an infinitive verb at the end of the sentence. So the instruction will say that you should put the appropriate future tense form or the present tense form of the verb in brackets into the blank. So you fill the blank with the appropriate present tense or future tense form of that verb in bracket at the end. So this is how questions on verbs will be like. But I wouldn't say let's say conjugate the verb être, conjugate the verb avoir. No. But you should be able to conjugate those verbs in order to be able to answer questions on verbs. I hope you understand that. Est-ce que vous
Yes.
comprenez?
Oui.
All right. So I will entreat you to try to conjugate the other verbs that I've not conjugated, so that you get familiar with them. So I will end it with the verbs. Now we are able to conjugate present tense verbs or verbs in the present tense and also in the future. So we'll be going. On va continuer. We are going to look at the um, demonstrative adjectives and possessive adjectives. So we'll start with the adjective possessive. So je dois partager l'écran une fois encore. Donc maintenant, on va aborder le sujet de... Just a minute. All right, so maintenant, c'est There's adjective possessive. The possessive adjectives. Right. So we want to look at what makes possessive adjectives in French. With English, we have ours, but in French, we also have what the possessive adjectives there. So we are saying that in English, possessive adjectives are mine, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their. Right. So we have these possessive adjectives in English. And we are saying that in English, your is repeated because there is a difference in the spelling of the singular your and the plural your. So also we are saying that its is virtually absent from the French language because it has the same way of translation with his or her. So it is virtually absent from the French language because it has the same way of translation with his or her, right? That's the second. Now, again, the gender and the number of a noun determine the possessive adjective to be used, right? So the gender and the number of a noun will determine the possessive adjective to be used. When we were looking at articles, we said that also the gender and the number of the noun will determine the kind of article that you choose, right? So you see that it has also repeated itself here. And so it tells you French language will always not leave the issue of gender out. There will always be masculine gender and the feminine was gender. So we are looking at the possessive adjectives in French. We have the masculine possessive adjectives, which are les adjectifs possessifs masculins singuliers, right? So we have mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. Mon, ton, son. Then notre, votre, and leur. So we are looking at mon for now, and we are saying that mon means mine. Mon means mine, and it is used with masculine singular nouns. Masculine singular nouns. So if I have to use yes, a possessive adjective for a masculine singular noun, and I want to say let's say mine, then the possessive adjective to use is what? Mon. So I can say mon village. We know that village is a masculine singular noun. So if I say mon village, which means what? My village, then I can say what? Mon village. If I want to say my village, mon village. Mon livre, my book. Mon stylo, my pen.
Mon
Mon
crayon.
crayon. All right, so mon crayon is what my pencil. So there are a lot of masculine singular nouns there, like the ones some of you discovered when I asked you to go and look for nouns. So there are so many of them. You can even continue to look for more. So we come to the ton. Now we are saying that ton means your. And it is also used with what? Masculine singular nouns. So I can say, for instance, ton sac, which is your bag. Ton nez, your nose. Nose in French is what? Nez. So ton nez.
That's it.
Ton pays. Ton pays. Which word is pays? If I say ton pays, en français, pays means what? So pays is country. All right, Richard. Yeah, I've said it well. So pays is country. So if I say your country, it's ton pays. Now this pays, even in the plural form, will remain the same spelling. Right. So some nouns can be the same in the singular form and the plural, but it depends on what you want to use it for. Ton devoir, your assignment. Then we come to son. All right, Harrison, Odoy, oui.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, the last time I asked you how, at any point in time, you could determine the masculine or the feminine gender of the noun. And you told
Yeah.
us you're going to give us something to be able to know, but I think it
Yeah,
has
I
not
think I've
come.
said it. Or are you part of the Telegram group? Are you in a Telegram group?
Yes, I think so.
I think I've said it. Or you didn't join. Is there anyone here
Yes,
who
I
has
think
that document?
that was before.
But
I think it was
those of
shared
you,
this
are you on
afternoon.
the pardon? I didn't hear what you said.
It's on the Telegram page, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, I will still share it again. Maybe I put it there before you joined. All right. So I'm going to share it right now, right away. But it's there. Right. I think some people joined later, or I even put some of these things there before some of you joined. So I'm going to share that very soon there. So that if those who have this document or those who have that document would bear with me that it is very helpful. It's very helpful. So unless maybe you've not gone through, right? So I'm going to put it there very soon, and that will help you. Mhm. All right. Okay. So we have the next one. So if I want to say your, I've said how we use it. Now son, his, her,
Mon,
or
mon,
its.
aye,
So if I say
nine,
his
yo,
his
your
his
pen,
trouser, I'll say
mon,
some
yo,
pantalon.
your pen,
If I want to say her trouser, I still want some pantalon because the
some
focus
pantalon,
is on pantalon, which is the masculine word noun, masculine singular. Right. So you realize that it is the noun that will determine the type of possessive adjective I'll use. Right. So if something belongs to a male or female, we will use the possessive adjective based on the gender of the noun, right? But not the person who the thing belongs to. Are you getting what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Any
sir.
I hope you get it. So that's why I'm saying that, for instance, if there's this trouser and a trouser belongs to a male, I'll say some pantalon because trouser is masculine and it's singular. If I say the trouser belongs to a woman too, I'll still say some pantalon. So it will mean his trouser or her trouser. Are you getting it? So I believe I've made myself clear here. Is that clear?
Oui.
All right. So on va continue. All right. So we are also saying that mon, ton, son are masculine possessive adjectives, right? They are masculine possessive adjectives used with masculine nouns. However, they are used with feminine nouns starting with a vowel too, right? So it is established that mon, ton, son are masculine singular possessive adjectives. But when there is a feminine singular noun which starts with a vowel, we can still use the mon, ton, son for them. I hope we understand this point so that we know how to use them.
Yes, sir.
Oui.
All right.
no, sir,
All right. All right. So we
So,
are saying that the masculine singular possessive adjectives, and so far the ones we have seen here are what?
mon,
Mon,
ton,
which means
son,
mine, ton, which means your,
yeah,
and son,
so,
which means his, her, or
here,
its. Are you getting it? So
yeah,
when we ask for masculine singular possessive adjectives, we have mon, ton, son,
one, two, four.
notre, votre, and leur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know that mon, ton, son are for masculine singular nouns, but
Mm-hmm.
we are saying that there are a group of feminine singular nouns, right? Because we
Mm-hmm.
have feminine singular possessive adjectives too.
Mm-hmm.
But those feminine singular possessive adjectives are used
Mm-hmm.
for a group of feminine singular nouns, right? So if
Okay.
mon, ton, son can be used for feminine singular nouns starting with
Mhm.
a what?
Vowel. A
No,
vowel.
so if yes, a vowel, then it means that if I have feminine singular possessive adjectives, they will be used for a certain group of what? Feminine singular nouns. Who can tell me that group of feminine singular nouns? Because once these ones are used for feminine singular nouns starting with a vowel, then it means the real feminine singular possessive adjectives will be used for feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant. I hope you understand.
Yes,
So there are
sir.
plenty. There are plenty
It's
in our
clear now,
minds.
right? No, it shouldn't
Yes.
be. Let me go over again. Right? I'm saying that we have seen mon, ton, son, right?
Yes, sir.
And we are saying that they are classified as masculine singular possessive adjectives,
Singular possessive.
right? But
Yes,
there is
sir.
another use of mon, ton, son. Apart from they being used for masculine singular possessive, masculine singular nouns, when we have a feminine singular noun, and that feminine singular noun starts with a vowel, like ami. You see, when we write ami and we add an e to it, it becomes a feminine noun. If we write ton, ane, we know ane is feminine. École is a feminine singular noun. So if I want to say, for instance, my school, now we know école is a feminine singular noun. So there are feminine singular possessive adjectives that we are going to see, but because école, for instance, starts with a vowel, we are not going to use those feminine singular possessive adjectives, but we'll use mon, ton, son for them. Do you understand? Because they start with a vowel. C'est clair?
Oui.
All right. When we get to the feminine ones, you understand what I'm saying. When we get to the feminine singular ones. So now
Yes,
we
sir.
also go to notre. Notre means our. Notre. But I've seen a message. Somebody is saying it's not part of the Telegram group. So Gideon, I think your course rep is saying he will help you with that. So Gideon, I think you are sorted. He will
Okay,
help you
thank you
join
so
it.
much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Because let me add this. It's important that you join the group because your midterm is going to come on this Friday or Saturday. All right, so please start preparing. And I'll talk about
Hey,
it before we end. Yeah, the
You
midterm.
say,
It will
You
come
say
on this
A.
Friday or the coming weekend.
Who
So you
say
have
A?
about 1 week. Pardon? I told the IT student yesterday, so you should be preparing. I think if you don't have all the slides, let me know. But it will be on a Friday or Saturday. I think they decided on Saturday, so the same thing. I think Saturday evening will be okay for you. 9 p.m. Saturday evening, 9 p.m. It is just for 30 minutes. It will be objective questions, so just 30 minutes. We should be done with that. So I'll tell you about the areas to be looking at um, for the midterm, right? But you'll be fine. It is not going to be any difficulty. I would make sure it's friendly, and that
yes,
is
sir.
if you want it to be friendly, right? To be friendly, right?
We beg.
So no cause for alarm. Okay. All right. So je vais continuer. Now we are saying that notre, it means our, and it is used with masculine singular nouns. And so if let's say all of us, one thing belongs to us, and the thing is a masculine noun, we say what? We will say notre. So notre crayon means our pencil. So it means all of us, one pencil belongs to us. Notre bureau, our office. So office is a masculine singular noun. And if I want to say our office, all of us, we have one office. It will be notre bureau, right? We also have votre, votre, which means your, second person plural. So it is used with masculine singular nouns. But here, you see, if I want to say your, let's say the whole class minus me, one thing belongs to you, then we use a votre. So votre tableau, your board. Votre écolier, your pupil. So from what I said about the tu and the vous, the time we were looking at verbs, you should know that the votre here too can be used for one person. It can also be used for one person. Now, so it is used for one person when you want to show respect. So if you want to say maybe something belongs to your superior, then you can use the what? Votre. Right? So that is it. Then we come to le. Le. And the le means dear. Le, dear. So I want to say dear father, le père. I want to say dear uncle, le oncle. So that is how we use the le. Meaning what? Dear. Now the notre, votre, and le, yes, they can appear for the feminine. They will appear for the feminine singular nouns too. So it means notre, votre, le are used for both masculine singular nouns and feminine singular nouns, right? So we are going to move to the feminine singular possessive adjectives now. We have seen the masculine ones. So when we come to les adjectives possessive feminine singulier, we say that these are what? Ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, le. Ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, le.
Sir, and I remember this matter, sir.
Yeah. It has come back, and so yes,
Yes.
it rings a bell. That's
Yes.
good. Okay. So we are saying that the ma, I've already told you that Montonson can be used for a group of feminine singular nouns. So it should tell you that ma, ta, and sa will also be used for feminine singular nouns, but which group of feminine singular nouns? I've talked about it already. Can someone tell me? Which group of feminine singular nouns can we use the ma, ta, sa for? Any idea? I can't hear you well. Is this Fedaus? Fedaus, right?
Sir, would I
Okay.
say the ones not starting with consonants?
Yeah, exactly so. Jonathan, merci beaucoup. That's what I wanted to hear. So that if we are saying that Montonson can also be used for feminine singular noun starting with a vowel, then it means that automatically matasa will be used only when what the feminine singular noun starts with a consonant. Right? So if you look at the examples that we'll be seeing, they are all what feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant. So ma will mean what? Mine, but it is used for feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant. So I can say ma table to mean what? My table. Ma règle, my what? Ruler. So there are so many feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant. You can look for them. Then we have ta. Here the ta will mean what? Yo. For feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant like ta tête, ta maison, ta chambre, ta bouche. So ta bouche is what? Your mouth. Ta chambre, your room. Ta maison, your house. So these are all feminine singular nouns. We have the sa. Sa is what? His, her, or its. Sa will mean his, her, or its. And it's for feminine singular nouns which start with a consonant. So here too, we are looking at some of the examples like sa root, which is his root, or his or her root. Sa voiture, his car or her car. Right? Okay. So we are saying matasa are not used with feminine singular nouns. Starting with a vowel. Simple. I've said it again already. So this is just for you to, it's a reminder for you to know what I'm talking about. Then I told you earlier that notre, votre, le will repeat. So you can see that notre, votre, le will be used when for both masculine and feminine singular nouns, right? So if you use notre for a masculine singular noun, it's okay. If you use it for a feminine singular noun, it's fine. So we can say Notre Dame. There's a place in France called Notre Dame. Who can tell me what is the meaning of Notre Dame?
Our dam.
What is Notre Dame?
Our Lady.
Dame is lady, so Our Lady. Yes, there's a place. Even in Ghana, there are some schools that are called Notre Dame. It's French. Our Lady. Right? So that is the meaning of Notre Dame. Then we have Notre Fenêtre, our window. Notre Porte, our door. So that is it. We come to votre, which we know is your. Yet we have feminine examples like votre mangue, which is your mango, votre banane, votre orange, your orange. Then le. So here, we see the le here too, which is there. So I can say le craie, their chalk. Le voiture, their car. Le maîtresse, their mistress. Le mère, their mother. Right, so we have feminine singular nouns here. All right, then we come to the plural ones. So here, this possessive adjectives will be used only when the noun is in the plural for more than one. So we are saying that the plural of possessive adjectives are at the same time feminine and masculine. So whether the noun is masculine or feminine, once it's in the plural form, then we can use the plural plural possessive adjectives. Right, so that one cuts across both masculine and feminine plural nouns, right? So we can say the first one, which is mine, which is me, is me. So I'll use me when the noun is in the plural form. So I can say mekaye. If you observe, the examples I've given there are all in the plural. So mekaye, mes tables, mes livres, mes règles. Right, so these are all mine. You see, so in English we have one possessive adjective, whether the noun is singular or plural. But you see here, they have to have one for masculine nouns, feminine nouns, and plural nouns. So let's look at te, which means your. So here we are saying te sac. If you watch, you see that the sac here is in the plural. We have added an S to the sac, the bag. So the sac. We have the regular, which is your rulers. Right, that's how it is. Then we come to say his, her, or its. So I want to say his sheep or her sheep. You see that mouton is sheep. So c'est mouton. We've added S to it. C'est mouton. Now, c'est mouton is what? His or her sheep. C'est main, his hands or her hands. C'est voiture, his cars or her cars. Okay, Jonathan, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I want to know the mayor is what is it? Is for what does that mean?
Means mine.
My. So is there a plural form or
But you see, he will use it. We use this one only when the now you are talking about is in the plural form, right?
Okay, yes, sir.
So, for instance, I want to say my pen. Is in my pen. One pen, because stylo is a masculine singular now. I'll say mon stylo. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
But if I want to say my pens, now you see that now the pen has become more than one. It's in the plural form, right?
Yes, sir.
So I will not say mon stylo again, but it will become me stylo. My pen. Do you get it? The stylo.
Yes, sir.
When the S added, it's not pronounced stylos, please. It is
Yes,
still
sir,
stylo. The S is silent.
So it's only
Right,
the possessive this thing now that conjugates it or gives it its meaning, its stance, whether it's supposed to be plural or it's supposed to be singular.
So what I said earlier is that you see, it is the gender and the number of the noun which will determine the choice of the possessive adjective. Do you get it? So, because if I want to say my pen, One is a singular pen. So that one, the choice of the possessive adjective will be more stilo. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
But once the plural, it has become plural, pens. And I want to say my pens, I can't say more stilo again. It becomes me stilo. Right? So the
Yes, sir.
plural form of the noun has changed the choice of the possessive adjective. I did get it.
Yes, sir.
Because I can't use a singular possessive adjective for a plural noun. You get it? So that
Yes,
is how
sir.
it works. Okay. I hope your question is answered.
Yes, sir. It's answered. So and
Okay.
please, can I ask this question to so the plural possessive adjectives
Yeah.
when the noun is also plural, are you going to also change it, or is going to maintain as they are?
So I'm saying that it is only when the noun is plural that you can use a plural possessive adjective, right? If it is a singular noun, I'll look for the gender of the noun. Is it masculine? Is it feminine? Then I'll choose the appropriate possessive adjective for it. So if it is a singular noun, then we
Yes,
have
sir.
to ask ourselves, what is the gender of the noun? Is it a masculine singular noun? Is it a feminine singular noun? If it is a feminine singular noun, is it starting with a vowel? You get it? So that is what
Yes,
will
as I
inform
understand
your
now, I
choice.
understand.
All right. All
Yes, sir.
right, great.
Thank you, sir.
Good. You're welcome. Any other question before we go on? Are we okay up to this point? Est-ce que ça passe?
Yes, sir.
Osaka. Okay. Très bien. All right, so we will move to te. We've done te, right? So we have your rulers. I'll say the règle. We have done his, her, or its too. Now we come to let's look at this one carefully. If the noun is singular, I want to say, for instance, our office. You see that now the office will be a singular office. One. So I'll say notre bureau. Notre bureau. But you see that because bureau, if you look at it, we have bureau here. The bureau in the plural form, we have to add an X for it to become plural. So here I want to say our offices. So I can't say notre bureau, but it will become no bureau because offices or bureau has become plural now, right? So I can't say notre bureau when the office is more than one, but I'll say no bureau instead of notre bureau. But if it's one office, then I can say notre bureau, our office. Are we clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So, Crispin, today I've not heard your voice. Crispin, comment ça va? All right, Crispin. So, a small question for you. So, if I have to say, what is the difference between our pen and our pens? How will you do that? How will you say that? Our pen and our pens. Can you help us? I want to see whether you understand.
Our pen. So
Our pen and our pens. Mhm.
so then our pen we use notary. Then
Mhm.
our pens we will use the nose. No.
No. Yeah, no.
Yes, sir.
So how would you say it? How would you say it? Or you want to explain so that I'll say it for you? Uh, so how would you say our pen? Pen. How would you say it?
The pen is the pen. The pronunciation in French.
Stilo.
Oh,
Kilo.
Alright, so
Not
Crispin.
kilo. And not kilo.
Notre. Okay, so our
Then
pen will be what?
our pen will be not kilo.
Okay.
Then our pen will be not kilo.
Then our pens will be no stilo. No stilo. Très bien. All right. So I hope we get what we are doing now.
So the non stilo, the plural form of the stilo, will you add the S or something? Non stilo.
Yes. Yeah, so the pen will now be in the plural. So you write your stilo with an S. Are you getting it?
Okay,
That
then
tells you that
the
the pen
singular
is now in the plural form.
autre stilo. Autre
Yes.
stilo.
Well, one pen. If it's one pen, then it is not stilo. But if it is more than one, it becomes no stilo. No stilo there anyway. I hope we are understanding it now. We are getting what I'm trying to say. Okay. So the same will apply to the votre and the vo. You see that here we have vo, yo. But the yo here, also you realize that the nouns are in the plural form. Right? So if I want to say your pupils, it is now vos écoliers. But if it is one pupil I'm talking about, that one becomes votre écolier. Right? Votre écolier, your pupil. But I want to say your pupils, plural. Vos écoliers. Right? If I want to say your banana, one banana, it is votre banane. Votre banane. But your bananas with what? Vos bananes. You get it? Vos bananes. Your mango will be what? Votre mangue. But if I say your mangoes, then it becomes vos mango. Vos mango. Right? I hope you get it.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Sorry, I have a small cough. That's why I'm a bit. All right, so we are moving to le. Now, if you look at this le, who can tell me the difference between this le and the singular le? The spelling.
This one has an S.
All right, très bien. See, so we have an S with the plural one, and the singular one does not have an S. In pronouncing it, the pronunciation is the same. So it's only when you are writing that we have the difference. So you need to take note when you are writing. The le for plural will have an S, and the singular le will not have an S. I hope that is clear. So
Yes, sir.
yeah. So I want to say their uncles. I'll say leur oncle, leur oncle. Their girls, leur fille. Their tables, leur table. Their animals. How would I say their animals? Plural. Their animals. How would you say that?
Leur animal.
Les animaux.
Animaux. Très bien. Animaux.
Les animaux.
Yeah,
No,
animaux.
no
Because
less, so le.
leur animaux.
Les animaux.
Animaux.
Yeah, leur animaux. Because animal is the plural. Animal, one animal will be animal, but leur, I want to say their animals will be leur animaux. So for animals, the plural is animaux, right? I'm typing it in the chat for you so that you know the difference between the singular and the plural animal, right? Okay, so that is how we use the possessive adjectives. We've seen the singular ones, we've seen the plural ones. Any question before we go? We'll do the demonstrative adjective, then we'll call it a day. Any questions on the possessive adjectives? Can we continue? Est-ce que je peux continuer?
Oui, continuons.
Fidel's hand is up.
All right, so let me see. Fidaus,
Yeah.
Fidaus, oui.
Sir, please pronounce the plural ones. I want to get it too, and I'm not getting it well. The no, vous, and the le.
All right.
Not
So we
sounding
have
well, sir.
me, te, se, no, vo, leur. Me, te, se, no, vo, leur. When we come to the masculine singular, we have mon, ton, son, notre, votre, leur. Then feminine, ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, leur. But the plural is me, te, se, no, vo, leur. Are you getting it now? Me, te, se,
Yes, sir.
no, vo, leur. All right, great. Any other question for the possessive adjectives? Est-ce qu'il y a des préoccupations? Donc, je peux continuer maintenant. C'est compris?
Oui, continuons.
Ok. D'accord, je vais continuer. Merci beaucoup. Donc, maintenant, on va regarder. Let me check the demonstrative adjectives. So,
Screen is off.
all right. So, vous voyez l'écran maintenant? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, we are now moving to the demonstrative adjectives. Demonstrative adjectives. What we saw earlier was the possessive adjectives, which normally show belonging, something belonging to someone in a group of people. Now we are looking at the demonstrative adjectives, and we are saying that in English, demonstrative adjectives are used to denote the idea of distance between the object, person shown, and the person showing it, right? So in English, we have this. If I say this, for example, I say this car, I'm trying to say the car is closer to me, and it says that the distance is closer. If I say that car, it means the car is a bit far from where I am at that moment, right? So, however, this concept does not exist in French. Therefore, this and that have the same meaning in French, as well as these and those. So, if I use a particular or a singular demonstrative adjective in French, it can mean this or that, right? So, depending on how I use it, right? So, we have say, which is C. We also have say again. That one is spelled CET. We have set, CETT, and say, CES. And these are the demonstrative adjectives in French. So the use of demonstrative adjectives is greatly influenced by the gender. So here too, we see that the gender will influence the choice of the demonstrative adjective, right? So whether the noun is masculine or feminine, that is what will make us choose a particular demonstrative adjective. So we have the masculine ones, masculine singular demonstrative adjectives, and we have the feminine ones. The feminine, we have only one. Well, there's a common one to both of them. We have the CES, which is plural. So that one is for masculine plural, feminine plural. So that one will cut across. So let's look at the first, the masculine demonstrative adjective. There are two of them, two masculine singular demonstrative adjectives. So the first one, which is say, this means this or that. It is singular and it's used for masculine singular nouns. So if I say kaye, it means what? This exercise book or that exercise book. If I say garçon, what would it mean? Say garçon.
This boy.
Say garçon. All right. So this boy or that boy. This boy or that boy. All right. Say chauffeur. Say chauffeur. Chauffeur. What is chauffeur?
This driver.
This driver.
All right. This driver or that driver.
This or that driver.
All right.
Chauffeur.
I believe everybody knows. It looks like everybody knows chauffeur in this class.
I had it wrong. I didn't know.
Okay.
All
Chauffeur.
right, so there's a question. Someone was asking a question. Can we go on the question? I heard someone. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
so let's go.
Let's continue.
Okay. Now we have the second demonstrative adjective, the second masculine demonstrative adjective. So we realize that the C, which is say, it will be used when the noun is masculine singular and it starts with a consonant, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
we'll use the second one, the CET, when the noun is a masculine singular noun, but it starts with a vowel or silent H, right? So you see, we have set this man or that man. Set oiseau, this bird or that bird, right? So, or set avion, this aeroplane or that aeroplane. So here, before you use the second one, then the noun should be a masculine singular noun, but it should start with a vowel or silent H. So that is the difference between the C, and the CET. But they are all for masculine singular nouns. Then we have the plural, the CES. So here, it will be for what? Masculine plural nouns. But we are saying that this CES or the say can also be used when the noun is feminine and is plural. So that is not a problem at all. It cuts across the masculine plural and the feminine plural. Right. So let's look at the set. Feminine one is what? CETT. Now this set, you see the French, the feminine one is only one, singular, it's only one. The CETT, it can be used whether the noun is singular or if the feminine singular noun starts with a consonant or a vowel, it doesn't matter. We will still use the CETT. Is that clear? So I can say cette histoire, this story. Cette année, this year. Cet ami, this friend or that friend. Cette infirmière, this nurse or that nurse. So the CETT is the feminine singular a demonstrative adjective. Now it is used for both feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant or those that are starting with a vowel. So that is how we use the CETT, the set. Then we have told you that the plural one has also showed here, the CES. This one is for both masculine and feminine plural. So we see that it repeated here because it can also appear when we have a feminine plural noun. Right? So we are not looking at the pronoun demonstrative, we are only looking at the demonstrative adjectives, right? Any question for that? Are we okay with the demonstrative adjectives and the possessive adjectives?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would want to add something on the midsem. So I'm saying that the midsem will be on Saturday evening, 9 p.m. Now it is going to be for 30 minutes. You start at 9 p.m. you end at 9:30. You need to enter your details like your name, index number, your email address, your program, right? So those are some things that you have to enter. Those are compulsory information, or that one is required. You have to enter that. So you have 20 minutes for, let's say 25 minutes to answer the questions, which are only 20 objectives, right? Then the remaining 5 minutes is what you are using to enter your information. Make sure the email address you provide is active, because the thing I've told you, I'm going to use Google Forms, and it's a link I'll send to you when it's almost time. All right. So for the Google Form, the moment you click on it, it will start. All right. So the moment you click on it, and it will start. If I set it to accept responses, the moment you click on it, it will start. So that is what for your information. It's important to know that. And please make sure you have good network on that day, and your phone has to be in good condition. Right. So that is all about the MSM. Now the areas you have to look at for the MSM is the articles. So please focus. You can look at articles, revise the articles. We have done verbs. Yes, so you can look at verbs too. How to conjugate the verbs, but the verbs you focus on the present tense one for now. Right. So you focus on the present tense and the numbers. So only articles, numbers, and verbs. That is what you need to look at for your midterm. Are we okay? Any questions? I believe we are set for the midterm. So you have 1 week to prepare.
D'accord.
Okay. Are we all okay? Yes. So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
the ladies appear to be ready.
Yes, sir.
Appear to be very ready. Okay. The guys are also ready. Yeah. So then I'm happy. You are all set. Mm. Yeah, so if there's no other question for me, I think we should be ending the class. And I'll be sending, I think I've sent the slides and whatever you need. If there's no, you've not got them, I'll still post some of the things I said I'll post on the platform. Please make sure you are part of the Telegram page, because the link on that day, I'll share it there. I might still send it to your reps, but I'll make sure I send it to the Telegram page too.
Yes, sir.
So that you just click on it and start answering. Okay, so if we are okay, je vais arrêter ici. I'll end it here and enjoy the rest of your holidays. Je vous souhaite un bon week-end et on se voit la semaine prochaine.
Merci
So I'll
beaucoup.
meet you next week. Yeah,
Au revoir, sir.
Au revoir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Merci, monsieur.
Bye. Bye.
I beg you say articles and what?
You say articles, verbs. We should focus on the plural tense,
Articles,
then the
verbs, and
numbers.
Oh, present tense. No, present tense. So it is
tense.
articles, verbs, which is the
Verbs.
present tense, and then
Yes,
numbers.
and the numbers.
Yes.
That's all.
Is Fidel's on here?
Yes, please.
Fidel, this us. Your voice has changed when you started the French. Where is your natural voice?
She's not home. She's not home. That's why.
Oh, I'm home.
Please,
Why?
please.
I did work. I beg you. I did job.
Bye-bye.
Please, who typed the messy book? The messy book. Why? Hey.
Merci beaucoup.
I'm doing what French and I'm just a much review.
Mess. Hey, already.
So police for no more money we no one review. I am critical.
At the end of the day, I nice police phone the money card to hold.
Me pacho, miss him no. A group work na.
Budget work.
About a group work, one group work.
That be also a mistake.
Maybe
Oh, but
some
you
group work na.
group work. I
Let me
mean
group
group work. You
work.
bet Shiana and Adonia and my phone so.